Last time we got a horrifying dead end, bad ends. We got Issei, man. Him and everyone at the temple has this spell put on them by Caster, whoever asks about her to one of them immediately gets killed. You know, he already had a knife on him, I guess, which, jeez, man, it'll be pointless. I guess I won't ask. Oh, it'll be dangerous to talk about this. Good instincts, Shiro, better than mine. Issei's living at the Ryudo temple. If he gets suspicious of this strange woman, Issei might get curious and do something. And if that woman happens to be a master, Issei would be in danger. Good enough reasoning, even though, you know, we really know what would happen. This is it for today. I'll call it good since I found out Issei's unrelated to the Holy Grail War.
ああ、そういえばエミヤ、シンジの妹、今日はいなかったな。
さくら、今日学校休んでるのか？
シンジも休んでいただろう。二人とも無断欠席。うちで何かあったのではないかと職員室で問題になっている。
Fuck Shinji. I'm at a loss for words being confronted with a problem I'd forgotten.
昼休みも終わりだな。教室に戻ろう。
Issei pushes me out of the student council room. All the while, thoughts of Sakura's absence and what Shinji may have done after losing Rider twirl around in my head. Interlude. What is this? Right, when Shinji... Okay, that's right. It is a sound like hitting steel. Oh, this song. The song of my channel. He arrives at the place breathing heavily. His footsteps are loud and their rhythm is unsettled. He leaves the door open and staggers forward as if pulled by his falling body. He looks around. The church is empty with the morning service already over. It is so funny because you know what? That's a good point. I've never had this thought before. It makes sense. I've just never thought about it. Kirei is really at this church holding legitimate mass. I forget that this actually functions as an actual church. That's even more terrifying. The only light is the sunlight coming in from overhead. The silence creates a solemn atmosphere and the stopped space creates a clear silence. He is like a heresy in it all. No, that is not accurate. To say he arrived is not correct. His ragged breath, his unfocused eyes, his shitty everything, his shaking lips are like those of someone running away. He has come here to find shelter. Now everything makes sense. His desperation is like that of prey being chased by a hound.
戦いが始まって6日。ここに足を運んだのは君が初めてだ。
He straightens his body that's about to fall onto the ground. When did he appear? He looks with bloodshot eyes at the priest before the altar and he says something. The priest frowns. He did not completely understand the boy, but it seems he is asking for help. He wants protection. A master that has lost his servant may ask for protection under the condition that he withdraw from the war. The place of retreat, the last sanctuary, is this church. And the master of this place is the priest called Kotomine Kire.
では戦いを放棄するのか、少年。
Surely. The boy reacts like fire to the quiet voice.
当たり前だ。僕に死ねって言うのか。いいか。サーバントがいないんじゃ殺しようがないし、マスターなんてやってられない。僕は普通の人間なんだ。いわば被害者側だろ。そういうのを狙ってさ、一方的に殺すなんて不公平じゃないか。
The priest does not answer and only looks at the intruder, as if to peer within his skin, bones, and meat.
なんだよ。なんか文句あるのかよ、お前。
意見などない。君は今回一人目の放棄者であり、我が教会始まって以来の使用者だ。管理者として、ここに根付いた父に代わり、丁重にもてなそう。
なんだよ。リタイアしたのは僕だけだっていうのか。くそ、みっともない。こんなことじいさんに知られたらなんて言われるか。 ああ、それもこれもお前たちのせいだぞ。ライダーなんてカスをつかませやがって、あんまりにも不公平じゃないか。
No comment. He strikes the ground in rage. The sound of the punch echoes like a bell and the priest smiles with great interest.
ではライダーは役に立たなかったと。
そうだよ。たく、大口叩きやがって。あいつ、この僕があんなに手を貸してやったのにあっけなく死にやがった。あれなら他のサーバントの方がよっぽど役に立ったんだ。
I don't like the implication there.
ああ、それでも僕はうまくやった。ちゃんとじいさんの言いつけ通りやって準備は万全だったんだ。だっていうのにあいつら揃って邪魔をしやがって。2対1だぞ。そんなの勝ち目なんてないじゃないか。そうだ、負けたのは僕のせいじゃない。単にサーバントの質の差なんだ。それをあいつら偉そうに勝ち誇った顔しやがって。
This is like how 70% of people think who play Call of Duty. And he crawls on the ground. He hits the floor, grieves his misfortune, and reflects his obstacles. But his resentful voice disappears quickly. Hatred of his level cannot break the silence in this church.
くそくそくそくそ。
He repeats his agony. In the midst of it, tap. The priest's footsteps echo through the room as if to break the frozen air. The priest slowly puts his hand on the boy's shoulder.
つまり君にはまだ戦う覚悟はあるということだな。
He looks down at the loser and says so with a kind voice. He cannot understand the priest's words. The priest in black has a friendly smile on his face.
君は運がいい。ちょうど一人手の空いているサーバントがいてね。
The priest offers a new salvation as if suppressing his joy. Interlude out. School's over. It must be because of what happened yesterday. The students are not allowed to stay at school for any reason. There's still time until the sun sets. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I know the anime choice and the choice I should make is go to the Mato household because that's how I'm gonna run into Rin and how we have the whole conversation. Listen, but to make Saber happy, that's a Saber point right there, but I'm not going for that ending, so we'll do that choice when we go back and go for the other ending. I'm worried about the absent Sakura. There's that thing with Shinji, so I'll go check up on her. I went back home once to leave my bag before I came back into town. Sakura's house is on the other side of the intersection on the top side of the residential district. It's about as far as the distance between the intersection and my place. I go up the hill that's unlike the Japanese-styled residential district. Then, in the distance, I see a familiar face in front of my destination, Sakura's house. I confirm one more time. Flashy red clothes. That alone captivates my eyes, but her lower half is black as if to emphasize the red color. She must be matching her black hair. The clothing suits the lively Tosaka. Something thumps. Shut up. Something thumps twice this time. Damn, shut up, I'm busy right now, so be quiet. Is he talking to his... Never mind. Thump, 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 thump. Damn, it's not like a taiko at a fair. Who the hell is it? I calmly answer. It's my heart that's making the noise. My calm heart suddenly started thumping like it's about to explode. Does not need to be said what caused it. Basically, Emiyashiro has never seen Tosca Rin in plain clothes. Can't imagine what I look like right now. First of all, I can't explain why I'm like this. I saw her plain clothes. I just saw her in something other than the school uniform. And what's up with me? I don't have any composure. First of all, Tosca is my ally. She trusts me and is cooperating with me. So I have to answer her trust. I call out to her. Tosca sees me, gets surprised, and starts looking around.
父坂、何してるんだよ、こんな。
I go near her. I have no time to resist. Tosca grabs my arm and pushes me into cover.
背中すりむいた。何するんだよ、父坂。
黙って。
After that, I feel something outrageous on my chest. That's a thumbnail. No, it's really soft. My brain... Shiro, get a grip, dude. My heart that I calmed down earlier starts beating like a drum. I bet it's in 16 beat, and I'm pretty sure it'll turn 360 at times. That stutter was amazing.
もういいから黙ってて。騒ぐと見つかっちゃうじゃない。
見つかるって何が。
Right, this is when they see old Gilly standing in front of the house.
ほら、もっと奥に行って。こんなんじゃ隠れきれない。
Tosca pushes her body onto mine. Feels like a firm piece of meat is being pushed onto the cutting board to make it flat.
父坂、狭っ。
I think I'm saying a very dangerous thing, but I can't comprehend myself. The sensation is so great that my brain has turned into a sponge.
だから静かにしてってば。ほら、見えるでしょ、エミヤくん。さくらの家の前。なんか変なやつが立ってない？
My boiling brain stops instantly. Someone strange is standing in front of Sakura's house?
確かに誰かいるな。金髪。外国人。
そう。さっきからもう30分近くマトウの家を見てる。監視ってわけじゃなさそうだけど、なんか尺に触るのよね、あの目つき。
I can't see his eyes from where I am.
父坂、交代しよう。俺も見たい。
バカダメだってば。今出たら見つかるでしょって。来た。あいつこっちに来る。
We try to hide ourselves in this confined place. The footsteps approach. He goes down the hill without stopping. What was that? I think he's a normal human being. He feels real and he's a legitimate human with form. But I still feel something weird. I don't know who he is, but our lives will come to an end if we follow him. He is so ominous that I can declare so.
あいつ、以前さくらと話してたやつかな。
He was. Tosaka murmurs.
さくらと。
ええ。さくらは道を聞かれたらしいんだけど、何喋ってるかわからなかったとかなんとか。って。なんだってここにいんのよ、あんたは。
Tosca jumps out of the back alley as fast as Lancer.
いや、
That's
それは
impressive.
こっちの質問だった。それを父坂がだな。こう、人を荷物か何かのようにそこに押し込めたんだ。
I explained exactly what happened to her. This was a hell of a vibe switch. She must have understood as Tosca stops right there. It's good she stopped, but she's now glaring at me silently. Oh, that pisses me off. I also went into a panic because of the sudden event. It's not fair if she's the only one who can make a face like that. She shouldn't have done it if she didn't want to. Damn, I feel stupid for getting all embarrassed about it.
父坂、とりあえず一世は関係ない。
I say so while turning away from her.
何？もう調べたの、エミヤくん。
調べた。一世はマスターじゃない。信用できないんなら別にいいけど。
おう、それは大丈夫。エミヤくんは嘘を言える人じゃないから、あなたがそう言うなら一世は白でしょ。
Tosca speaks plainly.
くそ、負けた。
I sigh. I feel stupid for getting angry if she replies like that, and most of all, I've cheered up hearing her say that.
けど、どうやって確認したの？一世からはマスターの気配がしなかった。なら、確認の方法なんて襲ってみるしかないと思うんだけど。
ね、いや、霊樹があるかどうか確認したんだよ。どんなに気配を殺そうが魔力を抑えようが、こればっかりは隠しようがないだろう。
ああ、そっか。腕を見れば一発だものね。
Tosca nods in assent. But she tilts her head in wonder as if she's thought of something strange.
ね エミヤくん、あなたどうやって一世の霊児を確認したの？
Get that Harry Potter lightning bolt blush off your face.
どうやったかってそんなの脱がせたに決まってるじゃないか。嫌がったけど力ずくで上着を剥ぎ取ったんだよ。
Just took his clothes off. Tosca freezes while looking at me. How strange of her. What part of that is strange? This bro's being dudes. The Mato household is quiet. Shinji isn't here and Sakura doesn't seem to be here either. Well, I'm wondering what to do now.
さくらが気になってきたの？
Tosca says so as if it's natural to ask.
父さんか、マトサクラを知ってるのか？
まあちょっと顔見知りなのよ。それより弓道部の子はみんな病状がひどかったんで神都の方の総合病院に移されてるわよ。藤村先生が走り回ってるのだってそれが原因でしょ。
じゃあサクラは？
今頃は病室で眠ってるけど。なるほど、そういうことだったわけ。
Oh, I guess she is in the hospital. Right.
なんだよその邪悪な笑いは。
別にけど
Nothing.
そうよね。私への報告なんかよりいつも手伝いに来てくれる後輩の方が気がかりってなもんよ。ふん、私エミヤくんのことちょっと分かっちゃった。
Tosca smiles meaningfully. It's really humiliating, but
父さんか、なんでサクラがうちに通ってるって知ってるんだ？
そんなの弓道部に通ってればわかるわよ。ほら、首相の三辻さんと知り合いだし、私。
with that, Tosca starts walking up the hill.
父さんか、帰るのか？
ええ、ここにいても仕方がないし、キャスター探しはまた練り直しだし。明日学校でアイデアを出し合いましょう。
Tosca says goodbye and casually leaves. Then, she looks at me seriously from a
父
distance.
ね
さんか？
え、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
いいけどなんだよ。
その例えばの話よ。もしさ、本人の意思とは関係なくよその家に養子にやられたら、その子はどういう気持ちで育つのかな。
What does she mean with that question? A child that's adopted with no regard to their will. Like how it immediately flashes to like the ceiling when Shiro was in the hospital bed. Yeah. A life where their previous life is all thrown away to be adopted by a complete stranger. People say children cannot choose their parents. Children who are raised by a stranger after they are born and how they might feel.
エミヤくん？
I get myself together. I was like so sentimental. I don't even need to think about this
い
question.
や、どういう気持ちもないだろう。もらわれた先の家がいいところなら文句ないだろうし、悪いところなら文句があるんじゃないか。子供なんてそんなもんだろう。
That is the difference between Shiro and Sakura.
そっか、そうよね。何当たり前のこと聞いてるんだろう、私。
Tosca waves goodbye and goes up the hill. Tosca's house is in the opposite direction from mine. Oh, I have to get back to my house before it gets dark. Excuse me. Dinner ends before I realize it. I came home, trained with Saber in the dojo, then Fujina came home and I made dinner, we ate it together, and now it's already past 8.
セーバーちゃん、もしかしてあっちじゃ有名な達人さんなの？セーバーちゃんが教え出してからこっち、シローったら別人みたいなんだけど。
That is quite a question you just asked.
それは私も驚いています。ですが、シローの死は別にいるようです。
Oh, wow.
私の手腕ではありません。
You're right. We're drinking the after meal tea now. It's good that Fujina and Saber are getting along. I don't want to interrupt, so I'll quietly drink tea and rest my body that is tired from training from Saber. With Saber.
ありゃ、二股かけてるってことかなそれ。本人に自覚はないようですが、
ですがまあ結果がいいので黙認することにしました。確かにシローは自分に合った戦法を身につけた方がいい。体はとうに出来上がっているのですから、あとは自身をうまく動かす思考を組み込むだけです。
あ、セーバーちゃんわかってるじゃない。そうそう、シローはずっと鍛えてきたんだから、体はしっかりしてるのよ。今まではね、本人にやる気がなかっただけなんだから。
Back had to do something. Also, yeah, Shiro is supremely fit, so obviously disciplined to work out, but I guess didn't really train sword
体を
training in a long time.
確かにあのような道場があったのなら鍛錬にも身が入りましょう。加えてタイガといういい対戦相手がいたのですから素質がないはずがない。
True, she is the tiger. She nods emotionally and takes a sip of tea. Then
あの道場で剣道をするのは久しぶりだよ。セーバーちゃんが来るまであそこは剣道場じゃなかったの。
Ujine corrects Saber while biting on a rice cracker.
剣道場ではなかった。シローは道場で竹刀を持たなかったのですか？
Saber looks at me with surprise.
まあそうだけど、親父が死んでからは使わなかったからな。
そうよ。シロー、暇さえあれば桐次さんと試合してたのに、桐次さんが亡くなったら途端に竹刀を持たなくなってさ。私は悲しかったな。
Munch munch. Fujimana tiger nibbles on the rice cracker while resting her head on the table. I have a bad feeling about this. When Fujina acts like this, the conversation always goes to.
ああ、どうしてかな。あの頃は剣道少年だったのに、今じゃプー太郎だよ。そりゃお世辞にも剣の才能はなかったけど、弓道はちょっとこの子大丈夫なのかなって思うぐらいだったのにやめちゃうしさ。
やっぱりそうきたか。藤ね、昔の話なんてやめろよな。後ろ向きだぞ、そういうの。
I glare at her. Fujina sulks and eats the rice cracker. Ew. Seems she's done now.
ほう、シローの幼年期の話ですか。タイ
So why do you have to bring the conversation back up again, Saber?
何？聞きたい聞きたい。
はい、
That sound
興味
effect.
があります。
よーし、ならお姉ちゃん話してあげよっかな。
The morale of Fujimura Taiga's army goes up due to the reinforcements brought on by Saber. Jesus. I guess it can't be helped. I don't want to interrupt, so I guess I'll drink tea silently. I'll carry out my original intention of resting my body.
それでね、今はこんなにひねくれちゃったけど、子供の頃は
Twisted.
可愛かったのよ。人のことを疑わなかったし、お願いすれば何でも二つ返事で引き受けてくれたり。
うんうん。
でも妙に頑固なところがあってね、一度決めたことはなかなか変えなかったりしたっけ。そのあたり、桐次さんとは正反対だったかな。
桐次はシローとは正反対だったのですか？
そうだよ。桐次さんは何でもオッケーって人だったから、いいことも悪いことも人それぞれ、人生なるようになるさって人だったの。そのくせ困ってる人を見たら何とかしちゃうのよね。シローもそんな桐次さんの真似ばっかりしてた。シローは桐次さんよりはっきりしてたから、悪いことはダメだって町のいじめっ子をバンバン叩いてたっけ。うん、その時からシローは正義の味方だったんだ。
Fujina happily talks about boring things. And beside Fujina,
なぜシローは正義の味方なのですか？
Saber asked me a natural question.
いや、なぜって聞かれても困る。単に憧れてるからじゃないか。
憧れている。その正義の味方に。
うん、まあそうだけど。
It's embarrassing if she says superhero outright.
それはどうして？
どうしてって。
I realized at that moment, there's no reason. Miyashiro has admired superheroes since he was a child. I kept on running so that I could be of help to people, so that I could help people who were sad. That does not change even now. The reason behind it. Why did I try to be of help to people? I'll make your dream. That's the answer. That was the end of the person that meant everything to me. He died peacefully because of a simple statement I made. I wanted to protect that trust he had in me, even after he died, that he would be able to rest in peace. But is that really the right reason?
Shiro,
Inherited ideals. I hear my name and get a hold of myself.
いや悪い先に戻る
Driven by an unknown uneasiness, I get up. I leave the living room as if running away from something. No, not as if. I did run away. It was a natural question, but I was scared of something might be revealed if Saber stared at me like that.
なんで何が怖いってんだほら
Uneasiness that I don't understand myself. A shapeless fear and attacking nausea. I hurry to my room bearing the headache. Ujine went home saying that she had work to do tonight. Saber is sleeping in the next room like yesterday. I can't sleep tonight either, so I stare into the darkness. It's not that I can't sleep because I'm conscious of Saber. Why do you try to be a superhero? Because of those words. That question is still in my brain. She asked me why and I answered because I admire them. It's obvious why I ran away right then. Because if she had asked me why I admired them, I wouldn't be able to come up with an answer. No, I have an answer, but I'm unconsciously restraining myself from ever saying it.
正義の味方である理由
I ask that now. I was just desperate to be like Hiritsugu when I was a child. I admired superheroes because there was an ideal I could not make come true. That should be the cause. The true form of the ideal I have. No, the ideal I've had since 10 years ago. I glared into the sky, thinking that if I could save someone, it would be a lie unless I could save everything. Which one is the lie? The ideal called a superhero that I've admired? The older I get, the more Emiyashiro strays from the ideal. The ignorant child that did not know of limits has learned of limits through knowledge. What cannot be saved cannot be saved. A miracle is something too big for humans. But I believe I could be like Hiritsugu when I grew older. But all I obtained was the wisdom to conclude that an ideal is just an ideal. All I can do are remedial measures. Even though I've been attacked with the fact that it's meaningless, I've continued to do whatever I could, thinking that it's good enough if one person is saved by my actions. Even though my objective is to save as many lives as I can, I've lost a lot of things on the way, but I continue so that I wouldn't lose. Even if I'm battered by reality, I can keep standing if I don't accept a loss, even if I'm only bluffing. And this is like just Shiro in a nutshell. Like, this is like the constant. That ideal. The ideal not to hurt anyone is beautiful. Don't make your dream. Yes, I just thought that. If nobody was going to do it, I would inherit his dream myself. That's why I must become a superhero. I have to succeed Kiritsugu and protect what he admired. If I can create no victims and if everyone can keep living peacefully, how good would it?
そんなものはこの世のどこにもありはしない。
うるさいやってみなくちゃわからないだろう
I desperately reject the words that come to my mind. He told me to drown in my ideals and die. Those words are ominous, as if correctly predicting Emiyashiro's end. Ominous, yes. That is the right word. My dear stray dead. Oh my, I think this is the day when things go interesting. And I see his dream. The memory of the man who was set up as a hero. The story of a knight who was understood by no one. It was a simple story. In short, there was something wrong with him. He had some power and he had some ambition. But he used his powers at the wrong places from beginning to end and he died. It's only natural. Power exists to grant your own wishes. Compassion does no good for others. Hide says so often, but everything is balanced because everything you do comes back to you. One gets energy because actions circle around to create more energy. But not having that means never being replenished. For example, if one lives for others and not oneself, I'm sure one would run out of power right away. If there was such a thing as disposable money, that's what it would be like. It'd be used by strangers and it'd only disappear after it's used. It's easy to take advantage of it, and that it'd be used is already a given. That's why in the end, he saw many betrayals and his life was ended by someone he saved. It just makes me mad. I want to question him why. He worked hard, putting great effort even though he's an ordinary human being, and he managed a miracle with his own blood. And his compensation was betrayal and death. It's not even a joke, but he died satisfied. I have no intention of commenting on someone's life, but I can never accept that one thing. That's my impression of the dream I've seen a few times now. I usually wake up here, but it seems the dream continues today. He's standing in hell. It is a scene of some natural disaster, not the result of human conflict. Let me make a contract. I shall give you my life after my death. I would like the compensation now. He weaves the words of contract. After that, he changed as though possessed by something and saved people who could not normally be saved. Oh, so this must be how he became a heroic spirit. Seeing it this way, it's nothing much. I bet the people he saved were not even in the hundreds. He cannot even be called a hero with such a number, nor would he be promoted to a heroic spirit. But the number isn't important. The qualification of a hero, one who surpasses humans, is to be able to save those that are fated to die. It is an alteration of fate. It does not matter if he does not have power as a hero, as long as he averted a disaster that cannot be changed, however small in scope. No, the world would obtain a heroic spirit in compensation for the miracle. He became a hero and saved those that could not have been saved. As a result, he became a heroic spirit after he died, and he is now repeating what he was doing before he died. Being a servant. I guess compensation for a miracle is to become a convenient disposable tool that will fight for others even after one dies. Heroic spirits. Superior spirits chosen from amongst humans, the guardians of humanity. They are not ones with free will like the servants. Heroic spirits are guardians of humanity. Guardians do not have a free will, and they are treated as powers. They are called forth to protect the world only when a factor appears that could destroy it. They are weapons that destroy these factors. The servant system is a summoning ritual that takes advantage of these guardians. The guardians are summoned into every age, eliminate the offending factor, and then disappear from this world. I would hate to be like that, but he must have been prepared to take on that role. No, he might have even wished for it. And it would be perfect if he could save people even after he died. Even though he did not have the power to save them when he was alive, he must have believed he could avert every tragedy if he became a heroic spirit. With that in mind, he made a contract with the world to give up his body after his death, and he saved 100 people. Believing that, he would be able to save tens of thousands of people afterwards. How stupid of him. That cannot be. Because for a heroic spirit to be called upon, the place would already have to be a place of death. Heroic spirits are summoned only into hell. They appear only when the world is about to be destroyed by people. Humans are the ones that will perish from their own doings. The process of destruction must always be the same. Jealousy, hatred, selfishness, desire. The man who loved people and tried to be of help to them was shown the same ugliness even after he died. He was called into such scenes and served his responsibility as a guardian. He killed. He killed and killed and killed and killed. He killed everyone that was around him when he was summoned to save humanity as a whole. I don't know how many times he repeated that, nor do I know how many times he will have to repeat it in the future. So there's only one thing I can say. He has been betrayed by many things, but in the end he was betrayed by the only thing he believed in, his ideal. And that is... When I wake up, that's all I can say. Yeah, it sounded more like she said Archer, but you know. My body feels tired and I can't move at all. My mind is the only clear thing and I blankly stare at the ceiling.
うすうすそうだろうとは思ってたけど、あれ、やっぱりあいつの記憶だったか。
It's so much clearer here in the visual novel, man. Even the fact that he made a contract with the world, I don't think that was even like... Was that even really stated this early on? If so, I mean, of course, not as in depth, that's a given, but I'm just wondering if it was even stated at all. I can't remember. I sigh and stare at the ceiling. This is hard. He could have told me that I might get a glimpse of his memory when I'm asleep because masters and servants are connected. If he had told me, I could have cut my consciousness so that I wouldn't see such a thing.
起きよう。今日もいっぱいやることあるし。
I get up. My body is heavy and my eyelids are heavier than steel. Pretty interesting. We're getting the Rin perspective for the first time since the prologue. I guess in any route so far. For the first two, I don't know about the last one. I curse how I'm not a morning person and start changing into my uniform slowly.
けど、まあ、
I don't know if this is as I expected or not, but he used to be a hot-blooded man. I don't know what hero he is, but it seems he was more honest before.
まあ、それもあんな人生を送った挙句、死後もこんな目に遭わされちゃ、確かに性格歪むわよね。
I laugh it off. My face in the mirror looks serious and about to cry, but I decide to laugh. Because I have to do so or I won't be able to face Archer normally. Damn. I get ready and drink the freshly brewed tea in the living room. I don't usually eat breakfast, so it's pretty quick. I have 15 minutes until I have to get going. This cup of tea is like a ritual I perform every morning to wake up my half-asleep body.
リン、いつまで遊んでいるつもりだ。
But there's one fool that cannot read his master's mind.
いつまでって7時半までよ。それを過ぎたら遅刻しちゃうじゃない。
誰が登校時間を言っているか。私が言いたいのは、他のマスターと協力することは悪くない。だが、君の場合は選んだパートナーが悪すぎる。
はあ。
That again, Archer tells me to cut my ties with Emiyashiro every chance he gets.
だからその気はないって言ったでしょ。アーチャーはそう言うけど、私は適任だと思う。そりゃ戦力としては不安だけど、協力者としては文句なしでしょ。その、エミヤくんなら何があっても裏切らないと思うしさ。
信頼は駆け引きで築くものだ。理由のない信頼など、それこそ信用ならん。いいか、あれは勝ち残れる人間ではない。協力者を選ぶというのなら、まだキャスターのマスターの方が賢い。
ふざけないでアーチャー。あんた、私にあんな下道と志を同じにしろっていうの？
Put my teacup down and stare at Archer. Even if it may be sarcasm, I cannot ignore what he just said. The air freezes. I'm seriously pissed and Archer has no intention of backing down. We stare at each other for a while.
確かに、キャスターは下道だが、あれはあれで実に魔術師らしい。その点で言えば、リンは戦いには向いていない。魔術師ならば、
Wow.
志より結果を取るべきだ。
皮肉を言っても無駄よ。私は方針を変えないわ。
まったく。どうしたのだ一体。エミやシローと知り合ってからの君はおかしいぞ。以前の合理性はどこに行った？
Heh, I realize that without having you tell me. But I can't help it. He doesn't have anything even though he's a magus and is dangerously single-minded. It's unproductive to scheme against such a guy and he's,
リン、どうした？ようやく自分の愚かさに気づいたか？
そうね。ええ、私はどうかしてる。けどアーチャー、それもこれもみんなあんたがつまんないもの見せるからじゃない。
何？
いいわ、忘れて。とにかくあんたが私のサーバントである以上、私は私が信じることしかやらない。私はエミやシローほど甘くはないけど、それでも譲れないものがある。相手が何者であろうと、それを譲る気なんかない。
I say so with anger. That makes me realize I don't feel any sympathy even after learning about his past. I'm just mad at him.
ほんと。あーちゃん、返事は？
I take it out on Archer and glare at him. The knight in red makes his usual gesture.
仕方あるまい。主が不調ならば支えるのが進化の役割だからな。君が本調子になるまで陰ながら見守るとしよう。
And he answers with the reply that's neither a yes or a no. I wake up. I feel heavy, like there's lead inside my head.
なんだろう。ここんとこ目覚めが悪いな。
Is it because I have lots to think about or because I'm seeing strange dreams? Even though I usually don't see dreams, I think I've been seeing something like a dream recently.
まあ、綺麗な刀だったけどさ。
Very. See images of swords in my dreams. In them, his short swords come up pretty often.
そうだよ。気に入ってるよ。悪いか。
And it makes sense, you know, there's swords that Archer designed himself, so they're just like his swords. So, with the similar sensibilities, of course, Shiro's drawn to them. I curse the person that's not here and get up from my futon. It's just, I like those little details. It's before 6 in the morning. I can't be affected by strange dreams. I have to go make breakfast, which is making me wondering, like, people who experience Fate Stay Night, who have the fortune of experiencing Fate Stay Night the first time through the visual novel. And any of you out there can answer this for me, like, before you knew, like, the twist, right? How far into this route did you figure it out, if you did at all? Let me know, and I'm very curious about other people let's playing this in terms of if they figure it out and at what point it becomes clear. Because I feel like it's definitely easier. It would be easier in playing this because you know you have a lot of time to reflect. You have a lot more detail. This is me making myself feel better about not realizing so quickly in the anime, but you know, I'm just curious. Have to go make breakfast. All right. Saber sees me off as I leave the house. You know what? You know what I appreciate about this route? Like, even though some good things, like some entertaining stuff happens, like during dinner or breakfast or training with Saber, they don't do it all the time. Like, it's not something that just has to happen. Oh, that's what happened, so we're going to show you everything, even if it's nothing, like, super significant. I kind of like when it's like, okay, let's get things moving, and it's, feels nicely paced. Saber sees me off as I leave the house. I'm getting used to this lifestyle as the morning passes by smoothly. I don't see Tosca at the gate. Since the only suspect we had, Issei, turned out to be innocent, I bet she's busy running around gathering information.
人事じゃない。俺も調査しないと。
But how will I do that? I guess Tosca is investigating the people at school, so I guess I'll investigate the building. Alright, this is when we figure out that, Right, so this was what I was thinking of back during the initial conversation with Issei, because I feel like he did mention that Suichiro is at the temple, but it must be here where he mentions it without Shiro asking, because Shiro asking is what would trigger, like, the fucking magic, I guess. Life's not convenient enough to let me notice anything I haven't noticed before. I searched the school using all the breaks I had in the first half of lunch break, but I wasn't able to find anything strange.
何か知らんがお疲れ。
Must be done eating already as he greets me while reading an old poetry book.
サンキュー。飯食うからお茶もらうぞ。あれ、急須は？
ああ、こっちだ。しかしな、今日は昆布茶しかないがいいか。
なら左右でいいや。俺、どうも昆布茶のドロッとした感じ、ダメだ。
Shiro knows his tea.
そうかそうか。では明日までに職員室から緑茶でももらってこよう。
I'll leave the laughing Issei to himself, pour some water into my cup, and sit down at the table.
じゃ、いただきます。
Clap my hands together and open my lunchbox. At the same time, someone knocks on the door.
あれ、一星、お客さん。
こんな時間にか。
Issei slowly goes to the door. The visitor is Kuzuki Sensei, the one in charge of the student council. I see Kuzuki Sensei a lot here, but I bet it's Emiya's in the student council room a lot from his point of view. I silently eat my chicken sprinkled lunch. There must not be anything important today as Issei and Kuzuki Sensei are just chatting. Munch, munch, munch.
先生、そろそろ時間ですが。
そうか、邪魔をしたな。言わずとも承知しているだろうが、 戸締まりは忘れないように。下校時間も厳守したまえ。
はいはい、分かってますって。
Kuzuki sensei leaves and Issei comes back in a good mood. Wow, I just saw something rare. It's really rare to see Kuzuki sensei chatting about meaningless things with a student. And with that shy Issei. Oh, they might get along since they're both stubborn, but it's still strange.
なあ伊勢。
なんだエミヤ。
いや前から疑問に思っていたんだが、お前とクズキ仲いいのか？
Oh, he's surprised.
いや答えられないならいい。ふとそう思っただけだから気にするな。
ああ、違う違う。そういえばエミヤには言ってなかったな。と気がついてね。仲がいいのは当然なのだ。何しろクズキ先生は俺の兄貴分みたいなものだからな。
は？
Kuzuki sensei is like Issei's brother?
ちょっと待て、それどういうことだ？
だから兄貴分だって。総一郎。クズキ先生は3年ほど前からうちに居候しているんだ。見ての通り朴突な人柄だが、裏表のない誠実な心をしている。同じ屋根の下で暮らしていて、人間として尊敬できるのだ。兄として慕うのは当然だろう。
クズキが竜道寺に住んでいる？
And there it is. Feels like I got hit in the head with a hammer. But I act calm and I ask Issei to continue.
そういえば最近見慣れない女がいるって言ったよな。そいつのことクズキは知ってるのか？
Tread carefully, Shiro.
知ってるも何も。あの女はクズキ先生の言い名付けだ。近々祝言をあげるから、それまで部屋を貸し与えている。
A second
伊
shock.
勢、そういうの見慣れない女って言わないんじゃないのか？
Try my hardest to object with a dizzy head.
見慣れない女は見慣れない女だ。クズキ先生の言い名付けであろうと、名前も知らない女など、それで十分だろう。
Of course. Issei stops the conversation as if he's saying he's angry. Anyways, this is something I can't ignore. Kuzuki Soichiro is coming from the Ryudo Temple, and there's a woman that is said to be at the Ryudo Temple. I hear Kuzuki Sensei's fiancée showed up about a month ago. If that's Caster, all our answers are right there. Time to rendezvous.
と、そういうわけなんだが。
In the classroom after school. We don't even have 10 more minutes until we have to go home, but I tell Tosco about Kuzuki Sensei.
どうだろう。一世のこともあるし、竜道寺に住んでるからって怪しいと決めつけるのはどうかと思うんだが。
クズキ先生か。マスターとしての気配っていうより、そもそも魔術師じゃないんだけどな、あの人は。
I don't know if she's listening to me as Tosco is frowning to herself.
魔術師じゃない？なんだ、よかった。それじゃあとりあえずクズキは除外か。
Oh, Shiro.
なんで？そんな怪しいやつマスターに決まってるじゃない。
Well, I'm starting to get used to this, but I still can't keep up with Tosca's thought processes.
今夜にでも仕掛けるわよ。学校に手を回して夜勤になるように仕向けるから。エミヤ君も準備しといて。
Is that why he walks home late? Rin pulls some strings? What does she mean by that?
ちょっと待て。いくらなんでもそれはなし。
Get some sabotage, create more work for him, I guess.
クズキを夜勤にするって、それじゃ今夜にでも戦うっていうのかよ。
当然でしょ。クズキが明日も学校に来る保証はないもの。機会は待ったなし。夜まで学校に残らせて、帰り道であいつがマスターかどうか試すのよ。
念のため聞くが、マスターかどうか試すってどうやって？
実力行使。エミヤ君の時と一緒。
The phrase just like I did to you sounds a bit sweet. So as I thought, Tosca is a bully inside. Maybe I fought her over the playground's peace when we were small.
俺は反対だ。試すにしてももっと穏やかな方法がある。わざわざ危険な真似をしなくてもいい。
危険じゃないわよ。私だって見境なしじゃないわ。影から軽いガンドを打つだけよ。もし久月先生が一般人でも2日風邪で寝込む程度だし。
いや、それも問題だろう。 もしクズキが本当にマスターだったらそのまま戦闘になる。こっちから手を出す以上話し合いにはならない。
わからないわね。それなら余計好都合じゃないの。一体何が危ないっていうのよ、エミヤ君は。
そっちこそわからないやつだな。だから遠坂が危ないって話だろ。
Tosca must have finally realized that she stops the conversation. That's only for an instant.
そう。別にいいわよ。それなら私一人でやるだけだもの。
She easily concludes. Guess it's meaningless to say anything to her when she's determined to do something.
わかった。俺も付き合う。遠坂を一人にしたらどんな無茶をするかわからないからな。
それはこっちのセリフよ。まったく。下校時間ね。それじゃあ待ち合わせは午後7時。橋の下の公園。戦闘になるだろうからちゃんと準備してくるのよ。
Let's do it. She looks away and walks off. I leave the classroom after her.
では今夜キャスターのマスターに仕掛けると？
いや、まだクズキがマスターだって決まったわけじゃないんだが、おおむねそうだ。
I report to Saber about today as soon as I get home. Saber must agree with Tosca. She is hyped up already.
そういうわけだ。
Saber just wants to fight.
今日の鍛錬はなしだ。夕食もすぐに支度するから待ち合わせに備えよう。ってそっか。そういえば出陣の前に飯食うのって良くないのか。
Saber's gonna be like, no, you still gotta make dinner.
なぜそのようなことを聞くのです？戦闘時の空腹では問題があると思うのですが。
Oh, Saber.
いや、腹がもたれるのかなって。あと1時間もないし、夕飯は帰ってきてからのがいいんじゃないかなって。
いえ、そのようなことはないと思いますよ。
That face.
口にしたものを素早く消化するのも戦士の素質です。普段から正しい生活と鍛錬をしていれば食事はあまり問題ないかと。
それはつまり夕飯は作って OK ってこと？
はい、そちらの方が大変力が出るのでは。
I see. I've trained to be able to move right after meals, so I guess there's no problem. I'll make a light dinner just in case.
それじゃあ今に言ってるけど、セイバーは？
シローの邪魔をするわけにはいきません。私はもうしばらく気を整えておきます。
I guess you'll be sitting here Japanese style in meditation.
了解。飯ができたら呼びに来る。
Tone shift, I leave the dojo. It's dark outside. We're meeting at 7. That must mean we'll be attacking Kuzuki-sensei about an hour after we meet. We'll have to fight if Kuzuki turns out to be a master. Caster is a wary servant. She would never give us another chance at a surprise attack if she found out her master had been attacked. And we'll have to make sure to beat him if we're going to attack. I can't let my enemy escape, nor can I run away. No matter who it may be, Caster's master has to be defeated to stop Caster, the one attacking all the people in this town. If all goes well, we'll take away his command spell and he won't be a master anymore. But in the worst case, we'll have to try to kill each other.
そうか。武器の一つも持っていかないとな。
A weapon at my place, something I can easily put magical energy into, would be a wooden sword. My success rate of the strengthening magic has been pretty good recently, so even a wooden sword would become a good weapon. That's only in the case of normal battles. I'll need a better weapon if I am to fight against a master or a servant.
欲を言えば、あいつの剣みたいに。
Man. I imagined what I saw in my dream. Twin swords of black and white. They're about that long. I should be able to use them. And most of all, I could fight decently if I had those swords. I'd be able to protect myself, not be a burden on Saber, and be proud that I'm Saber's master.
たく、ないものねだりをしてもしょうがないだろう、バカ。
Oh well. My shoulders slump as I head to the porch. I'll just do what I can. For now, I'll concentrate on making dinner. Saber always seems so serious, but it seems Saber's looking forward to the meals. It's been my recent secret joy to make her happy. Oh my, it's 7 o'clock. Tosca comes right on time.
お待たせ。 必要なものを揃えてたら時間かかっちゃった。で、そっちの準備はどう？
I got a piece of wood. I show her the wooden sword bag. There's one wooden sword in here. This is about all the preparation I can do.
まあ、しょうがないか。そもそも白兵戦ならこっちはセイバーがいるんだし、エミヤ君は様子を見ているだけでいいかもね。
そうだな。セイバーがいる以上、俺はセイバーのフォローをするだけだ。
I can't wait for Kuzuki, man. I gotta see how this is written. Well, I can't think of a situation where I'll be helping out Saber.
リン、なぜアーチャーはいないのですか？
Then, Saber asked with a serious expression.
父さがアーチャーを連れてきてないのか？
ええ、あいつなら置いてきた。今夜は奇襲だし、セイバーがいるなら必要ないでしょ。
That's the real
正直なと
reason.
ころ、あいつとキャスターを合わせたくないのよ。
Yeah, Archer wants to team up. Rin has a bad feeling. Tosca starts walking. I don't know what she's thinking, but I guess we won't be getting Archer's help. Time passes. One has to pass this intersection if one is to go from the school to the Ryudo Temple. It's already been an hour since we got here. Boundary field has been created here.
外から見られるのはアウトだけど、防音だけは完璧よ。ここ一帯ミサイルが落ちても周りには気づかれないわ。
Nice. According to Tosaka, it's so quiet around us. I guess it's because Tosca's boundary field is working, but the town is too lifeless. It's already been 7 days since the Holy Grail War started. Seems the town is having its spirit slowly drain without anyone noticing.
来た。エミヤ君、隠れて。
Move to the wall. Can't even hear footsteps. See a shadow under the streetlight. A tall and lean figure. A familiar figure is definitely that of Kuzuki Soichiro. Kuzuki sensei passes us with his usual ordered steps. He's too defenseless, like Tosaka. What? I'm suddenly attacked by the feeling that Kuzuki sensei might be innocent.
なあ、父さが。やっぱりクズキは違うんじゃないのか？
まあ、やってみればはっきりするでしょ。
It seems Tosca is in doubt as well. I guess she's still going with the plan as she points her index finger at Kuzuki sensei. Gander. It is a curse to reduce a target's physical ability, considered to be the simplest magic. Tosca's Gander shot is more like a gunshot, but I'm sure she'll go easy this time.
準備はいい？エミヤ君。
She murmurs. I'll still make it. There's a possibility that Kuzuki Soichiro is innocent. Isn't there another way to check if he's a master or not? Oh my. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have to see what this is. We can't do this. This method is too violent.
父さが待った。いくらなんでも軽率すぎる。
今さら遅い。ここまで来てやめられるか。
Tosca sticks out her left hand. Black shot is released with an ear. Okay, so I guess no change. We must have made a sound on purpose. It is slow and the black haze goes for Kuzuki like a pitcher's changeup. A wind of disease that will cause him to be sick in bed for 2 days. 2 days of inaction is fatal for a master. There has to be some kind of reaction if Kuzuki sensei is a master.
やば。
Tosca jumps. Kuzuki does not react at all. Tosca's Gander shot mercilessly hits Kuzuki Soichiro's head. But right before that, it is nullified by a robe that suddenly appears in the sky.
Oh.
The man that was supposed to get hit by the Gander shot looks at us, as if saying he knew we were here all along.
父さが。
I quickly take the wooden sword out of my bag and put magical energy into it. There's no time to be screwing up the strengthening magic. The robe that appeared in front of Kuzuki now takes form. Female limbs appear from the bluish-purple robe. I wouldn't say bluish. Teleportation. Complete teleportation is considered to be a sorcery even in this modern world. So we have to, well, I guess they already explained what Toko travel is in Elmolor case files. That is different. It's like slingshotting yourself. Anyway, casters easily perform such a thing to appear in front of us.
忠告したはずですよ、宗一郎。このようなことになるから、あなたは竜道寺にとどまるべきだと。
She must think nothing of us as she calmly talks to her master, Kuzuki.
そうでもない。実際に獲物は釣れた。
そうね。あまり大きな魚ではなさそうだけど、大量であることは間違いないわ。
Oh, I thought I was waiting, and then I guess she took a pause for the cause. Running away would be hard now. Oh, if Castor and her master are here, all we have to do is fight them, even if this is the middle of the town. But before that...
出てこないの？残念ね。顔ぐらいは見ておきたかったのですけど。
何よあのタヌキ。こっ
That
ちの
fox.
素性なんてもう分かってるくせに。
Tosca grumbles from her hiding spot. Castor must hear it.
3秒あげるわ、お嬢さん。それであなたがしたことをそのまま返してあげましょう。
Although the fox thing is a thing though, right? Like as I remember in by the way, skip ahead if you don't want Heaven's Feel movie 2 spoilers. 3, 2, 1. It's like when Sakura was having that little dream of her actually going around, you know, doing the things, and it was the stuffed animals, I guess, representing the servants, and I think the fox was Castor. Since she says so and points her hand in our direction. I recall what happened at the Ryudo Temple. She won't hold back. Knowing her, I bet she would destroy this whole area along with the wall we're hiding behind.
エミヤ君、合図をしたら飛んで。セイバー、準備はいい？
I sense her nodding behind me. Honestly, like, if Soichiro was anyone else, Saber would have just obliterated him, you know? I sense her nodding behind me, but there's something I need to confirm before that.
すまん。それは後にしてくれ、トサが。
He's just gonna walk out.
え？
I don't wait for her reply. I go out into the intersection with my wooden sword.
シロ！
Tosca must not want to let me go alone if she comes out as well.
あら、意外ね。少しは物分かりが良くなったのかしら、坊や。
Boy, Castor watches us with composure. Kuzuki is standing next to her. We're about 10 meters apart. No matter how I think about it, Castor's finger would be much faster than me running into them. But I showed myself in spite of that. I have to do something before I fight. That is...
遠坂とエミヤか。マトだけではなく、お前たちまでマスターとはな。魔術師とはいえ、因果な人生だ。
Hey yo. To check the true identity of Kuzuki Soichiro, the one Castor is protecting.
どうしたエミヤ？話があるのではないのか？
Perceptive. He says so in his usual manner. I don't feel presence as a matches from Kuzuki Sensei. No, I don't even feel his desire to win the Holy Grail War. Then,
クズキ、あんた、キャスターに操られてるのか？
it's possible that Kuzuki Sensei is controlled by Castor, like Archer said. I can't fight against Kuzuki Sensei until I get this cleared up. Castor emits an intent to kill. That alone tells me the question is off limits for her.
うるさい坊や。殺してしまおうかしら。
Her words are not a threat, but
待て。その質問の出所は何だ、エミヤ。
Kuzuki Sensei stops her in his usual manner.
疑問には理由があるはずだ。言ってみるがいい。
My throat is dry. Must be Castor's intent to kill. The robed figure tells me I'll be killed if I say something bad. I bear it and
あんたがどうやってマスターになったかは知らない。けど、あんたはまともな人間だろ。なら、キャスターがやっていることを見逃しているはずがない。だっていうのに見逃してるってことは、あんたは知らないんじゃないかって思っただけだ。
I say so while glaring at Castor.
キャスターがやっていることだと？
ああ、そいつは竜道寺に巣を張って、町中の人間から魔力を集めてる。ここ最近連続している昏睡事件は、全部そいつの仕業だ。今までも、そしてこれからも犠牲者は増え続ける。キャスターが魔力を吸い上げ続ける限り、いずれ死んじまう人間だって出てくるだろう。そいつは、町の人間は生贄だって言った。取り返しのつかないことになるのは、そう先のことじゃない。
なるほど、そういうことか。通常善良な人間ならばキャスターを放置できない。にもかかわらずマスターである私がキャスターを放置しているのは彼女に操られているからだと考えたわけだな。
Yeah.
ああ、もしあんたがキャスターの行為を知っていて放っておいているなら、あんたはただの殺人鬼だ。俺も容赦はしない。けど、 あんたが操られているんなら別だ。俺たちはキャスターだけを倒す。
Oh, Shiro. Never change.
いや、今の話は初耳だ。
He declares so firmly. I don't think it's a lie. Kuzuki Soichiro is straightforward like when he is teaching. Sigh with relief while keeping watch on Caster. Kuzuki Sensei is a victim if he's controlled by Caster, and all that's left is to defeat Caster.
だがエミやキャスターの行いはそう悪いものなのか？
But still, Kuzuki Soichiro plainly says so.
だって。
Like how Caster was looking a little like, where's this going?
他人が何人死のうが私には関わりのないことだ。加えてキャスターは命までは取っていない。まったく随分と半端なことをしているのだな、キャスター。
He's not any different from usual. Kuzuki Soichiro gives his honest opinion.
無関係の人間を巻き込むつもりか。
すべての人間は無関係だが、まあ私が何者であるかは、私は魔術師などではない。ただのそこいらにいる朽ち果てた殺人鬼だよ。
Kuzuki takes a step back. He watches us from behind Caster.
キャスターの傀儡というのは当たっているがな。私は聖杯戦争など知らん。キャスターが殺し、お前たちが殺し合うというのなら傍観するだけだ。もっとも私も自分の命が一番可愛い。キャスターが何を企もうと知らぬ。私はただ私を阻む者を殺すだけだ。では好きにしろキャスター。生かすも殺すもお前の自由だ。
An interesting guy. Caster is standing in front of us with an expression of victory.
ああ、もうとんだタヌキ同士じゃないあいつら。
Tasuka complains, but she doesn't move. No, she cannot move. In terms of skills as Magi, I don't know why my brain hiccups every time I come across the Magi. We have no chance of beating Caster. Masters are Magi, must be PTSD, so we cannot match an excellent Magus like Caster.
そうか。ではここで死しても構わんのだな。キャスターのマスターよ。
Oh man, in comes Saber. I hear a voice from behind me. Before I can turn around, the servant of the sword Saber charges forward. Even my voice won't catch up to her. Saber is already armed and charges at Kuzuki like the wind.
お待ちなさい、セイバー。
Caster confronts Saber with their casting. She uses 5 verses for her spell. Saber is a wind for charging 10 meters in the flash. Caster is a lightning for finishing her spell even faster. It's a raging thunder at that. She shoots off 5 bullets of light in under a second, and the bullets pierce Saber like fatal thorns. Oh, OP.
いえ、私の魔術を防ぎ切る騎士など知らない。
OP. Caster screams. Even Archer had to evade Caster's spell, but Saber's nullifying it just by glaring at it. That's a good point. But then again, Archer's different. Saber's not looking at Caster. Her target. The one she has to slash is Caster's master, Kuzuki Soichiro. Saber slashes Kuzuki without hesitation.
宗一郎様。
The intersection becomes silent again. Saber stops after slashing her sword. Everyone here thinks that the battle is over due to the incredible speed. Yes, everyone except Kuzuki Soichiro, who is standing there calmly. Oh my gosh. I have to see. I guess the only thing that changed is it revealed who Caster's master is, right? Yeah. Kuzuki Soichiro. Of course. Fair enough, buddy. Charge, stop, slash. Having repelled all of Caster's spells, Saber settled the match without giving anybody a chance to stop her. Charging speed, her footwork, and her attack were perfect. Her invisible sword slashed the enemy master. Surprise attack at the perfect moment. Saber's powerful slash splits Kuzuki Soichiro in 2. No, it should have split him in 2. This is such a great moment, man. It's like, what the actual fuck? The bewilderment causes her to gasp. What is going on? Saber, still in the posture of having swung the sword, stares at the enemy in front of her with blank amazement. Even Saber does not understand what is going on. Perfect strike that was slashed horizontally. The attack is stopped. The sword has stopped before slashing the enemy's body, being caught between something.
足と腕
So crazy. And such a miracle occur. Her sword has been stopped by her enemy, Kuzuki Soichiro. Knee and elbow. Her sword has been stopped, caught between his elbow and knee. That's fucking precision, by the way. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're catching the blunt end, like the flat ends of a sword, swung by literally King Arthur at the speed of a servant. Like, Kuzuki is insane. Saber does not know, of course, that there is a technique to stop an enemy's blade with bare hands and that there are experts today who actually use it. Well, there you go. But still, she would not have stood there in astonishment if this were a normal fight. This is the battle of a servant, and the enemy is a mere human. For him to stop an invisible sword with his bare... And the sword's fucking invisible. With his bare body, he must be insane. He stopped an invisible sword. An invisible sword swung at the speed of a servant on the flat... Like... His voice is deep as if coming down from the ground. Saber's body moves. She tries to pull back her sword with all her might. At that instant, an unknown impact strikes her head from the back. She does not understand at all. Oh, this song. It is her first time fighting a man that can stop a sword barehanded. This is like a modern technique versus fucking King Arthur. Then could this be an attack with his bare hands? She was punched. The back of her head was hit from such close range. She evades it, still not knowing what it is. Something goes past her temple. Saber understands it as a fist strengthened by some magic, and she jumps. But she has a long weapon. As she has a long weapon, she is at a disadvantage at close range against an unarmed opponent. Saber retreats to short range, the range where she can make use of her sword. Look at that stance. Of course, she keeps facing her enemy while she does so. She's moving to get out of the range advantageous to her enemy. It's an established rule to pursue a retreating enemy. But the enemy does not pursue her. Caster's master, the man who will be defeated if he stays there, does not move, and he pierces her through her solar plexus. Jeez. She breathes out. She only feels the impact. The attack is stopped by her armor, and only the impact comes to her. The impacts continue. The things aimed accurately at her vital points are human fists. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Did she even have time to gasp? By the time she realizes that his mountain-like fingers are the cause of the impact, the match has already been decided. And this is like pretty much just showing us his whole style. Like, she's caught completely off guard and confused, and he's just dancing around her. Jeez, man. The fists shower down on her. He's like Eat Man. The man's fists are fired in rapid succession with heaviness and intensity as if they are made of iron. How should it be expressed? His arms are flexible like a whip, but they move in right angles. His arms are shot out like a flash. His forearms that move from there are like the technique of a fierce god. It's getting that work, boy. The almost invisible attacks are all attacking her in her weak spots. He allows no counterattack. Even her arms are targeted, and the pain reaches her core even through her armor. The attacks all come from the outside to the inside. Swinging arms change direction using the elbow as the fulcrum, and they beat Saber from impossible directions. They are sharp and dull. It is not an instant kill, but they contain poison that will lead to death. It is all that is contained in these attacks. Even though the fists cannot be avoided, they aren't that heavy. But the pain numbs her mind every time she receives a blow. Taking that small opening, the fist goes for the back of her head like death's scythe. She avoids it instinctively. Attacks going for her arms and body are fine. The back of the head would prove fatal for her. Therefore, Saber concentrates on that one attack. Monster that can stop a sword with his bare hands. Facing these strange attacks that she's experiencing for the first time, the only thing she trusts are her own instincts. Yeah, this is when he notices like you have good instincts, and that's, you know, one of her skills. I forget what it's called. Actually, I can just check that right now. What is that called again? Instinct. Yeah. It's pretty damn useful. Enemy's arms stop moving. His stance is like his arms, steady like a rock.
なるほど。目がいいのではなく、勘がいいということか。
The man moves. Never mind, this is the fucking thumbnail. What is different about the attack? Saber, who was avoiding all the fatal blows, could not dodge his attack. Her mind fades. The impact landing on the back of her head shakes her brain. Jeez, man. But she still manages to raise her hands. The man's attacks cannot penetrate through her armor. And all this is really, like, driven home by the fact that Saber is, like, summoned in the state right before she died. Like, she's, like, it's pretty crazy. The man's attacks cannot penetrate through her armor. Then the man will go for her bared head. Saber raises her arms to protect her face. The impact comes through her the arms. It is like a snake crawling through a thick forest. The enemy's fists easily make their way through. Her mind fades away. The body of the snake, his left elbow, smashes into her collarbone. Saber avoids it by retreating a bit and grips her sword. The course of the fists after that. She readies herself for the blow that will go for the back of her head from the left side. She cannot make light of him anymore. If the enemy is to take her consciousness, she will let him. She will cut down his arms as compensation. She opens her eyes wide and she is astonished at the change. With the elbow as the fulcrum, the blow comes straight down from above. The circular orbit of his attacks change to a straight line. She instantly moves her neck to avoid the blow going for her head. The impact lands on her shoulder. She glares at her enemy with her left shoulder destroyed and her spine freezes up the instant she does so. This is just brutal, man. The man moves back half of his body. His right hand that has not been used yet. Jeez, he hasn't even used his fucking right hand. The fist that has been set at the height of her throat is released like a cannon. Unlike the previous attacks that followed a line, this attack is executed as a point. A thrusting fist aimed at the person in front of him. With his force and precise accuracy, you should be able to pierce through her. This charged attack should be easy to pierce Saber's throat, break her bone, and smash her head to pieces. But it misses. Surprise attack is useless on her as she has instincts bordering on precognition. There you go. It's probably the only reason, like, she survived, which is very strange. Snake-like fist grazes past her neck. And you can see how he was able to fuck Ryder up. Seeing that, she tries to step into attack, but at that moment, bam. Unbelievable sound comes from right beside her neck. Yo. Snake's fang pierces her. The instant it is dodged, the attack that passed her uses its fingers to dig into her neck with the sound. Wow. No, that's the thumbnail. The shock passes through her as a shudder. Yes, a hand is originally something used to grab, not a punch. It must be supported by Caster's magic as the enemy's fingers easily squeeze off her neck. Yeah, Caster's magic is absolutely giving him an advantage too. Saber's sword is raised. Her sword moves to cut off the enemy's arm before her neck is crushed. She is unable to finish her attack. Before the sword is flung, her body itself is swung like a sword. She feels her body fly through the air. An overswing like a pitcher. The man holds on to Saber's neck and he throws her with one arm. Like a pitcher. He really did chuck her. A fast fall with a human as the ball. Oh man, and it was so beautifully animated in the anime too. Of course, all this was like implied, as in like not stated, and you just had to like sit there in disbelief at like what the hell. I like this. I really like the play-by-play on Saber getting whooped by Kuzuki. Jeez. There's no way she can land safely from it. Her neck is scraped off and she's smashed into a concrete wall at a speed of 200 kilometers per hour. God, he would actually kill a batter and the Empire and everyone watching behind them. Her body is forced to stop its action. Interlude out. Oh man. Everyone watches it in astonishment. Yeah, they're the viewer. They're the ones watching the anime, right? They're like, what is going on? Not just me and Tosaka. Even Caster, who should be overwhelmed with victory, watches her master in astonishment. Saber's quick charge to Kuzuki's counterattacks. And the nightmare-like neck grab to the perfect throw that fascinated even us. Saber doesn't move. She was thrown by her neck and smashed back first into the wall. The wound on her neck should be fatal. Even worse, she hit the wall with such speed. I don't think it killed her, but I'm sure she won't be able to move. At the very least, Saber will stay on the ground until the wounds on her neck and body heal.
そんなバカな。
I murmur without realizing. You're screwed, baby. Even though his fists are strengthened using Caster's magic, Kuzuki is only human. Who could possibly think that he would be able to overwhelm a servant in hand-to-hand combat?
マスターの役割は後方支援などと決めつけるのはいいがな。
The lean figure turns.
例外は常に存在する。私のように前に出るしか能のないマスターもいるということだ。
You just proved that to us. So, their roles are as the one to fight and one to support are reversed.
何をしているキャスター。事前に言っておいただろう。後方支援をするのなら敵の飛び道具は始末しておけと。
The enemy Kuzuki stares at Tosaka. A threat to him would not be Saber, but Tosaka, who is able to attack from a distance. That's why he won't attack us. He fully knows that letting a Magus fight a Magus would be the most sure way to a kill.
どうしたキャスター。好きにしていいと言ったが。
いえ、セイバーには私が手を下します。宗一郎、あなたは残ったマスターを。
Kuzuki silently nods and walks toward us. Caster faces Saber behind him.
ちょっとセイバーは面食らってやられたけど、あいつのネタは分かってる。要は近づかれる前に倒せばいいんでしょ。
Now I'm wondering, did Caster just not have time to rule breaker Saber? Like, this must all be happening really fast. Tosaka slowly retreats while glaring at Kuzuki. A battle between a Magus and a fighter is a fight for distance. Even though Kuzuki has monstrous fighting techniques, he has no magic resistance. Therefore, we can win if we cast something, like a strong Gander shot. We win if we manage to cast a spell before he reaches us. Kuzuki faces Tosaka and does not move. Caster is walking towards the wall where Saber is smashed. That action is a mistake. That's an opening I can take advantage of, so now... This is an important choice. I want to see what happens. I'll protect Saber. Even though she might not be able to defeat him, Tosaka should have the advantage if she concentrates on running away. Actually, this might even be the right choice. I actually can't really think. I can't really remember what what Shiro should do here. There's about 5 meters between us. If Kuzuki takes another step, Tosaka should react instantly to avoid Kuzuki's attack. Saber's different. Her neck is half cut off and she was smashed back first. That's a lot more gruesome than they have you believe. At least in the animation. Saber is in a terrible situation right now. It's pretty damn crazy, man. It's great. Even if she may be invincible against Magi, Caster should easily defeat her in that state. I ready my wooden sword and charge at Kuzuki. My objective is to reach Saber, who is about to be attacked by Caster. I swing my wooden sword at Kuzuki as I pass him. I'm sure he'll avoid it, but Tosaka should take advantage of the opening I create. I swing my sword. I get fucked up. It doesn't even do anything. The wooden sword is easily destroyed. He blows off my left foot with a returning blow. Wait, what? He blew off his left foot? He rushes in at Tosaka in an instant. Time stops. Tosaka's astonished, but she instantly points her hand at Kuzuki. Done, but the right hand that almost pierced Saber's neck is thrust at her chest. Tosaka's breath has stopped at the impact. Then, a hammer-like fist strikes her head mercilessly. Yikes. I take in my fate seeing her miserable figure. Tosaka's head isn't there. Whoa. Anything above her neck doesn't exist anymore. Holy shit.
キャスター同様、判断を誤ったな。
Oh man. So this is the choice I wanted to make. Wow. That's crazy, though. He fucking blew her head off? What the fuck? I can't raise my head. I can't look at Kuzuki. I'm just like a student who's unable to answer his question in a classroom. I stand on one foot like a scarecrow.
人を殺したのはこれで二人目だが
Oh, he's only ever killed one person. Interesting. A footstep. I don't know. I guess he means ever or this war. I don't know. I guess ever, which is interesting. He said he was a killer. But I guess if you only kill one person, that still makes you a killer, yeah? A footstep. A killer called Kuzuki Suichiro slowly makes his way towards me, and I'm about to be number 3.
やはり何の考えも浮かばないな
Smack. A ridiculous sound, he pierces straight through my chest. Dead end. Anyway. Hello, Taiga.
はーい、みんな元気？ちょっとした気の緩みから大惨事、あっけなくデッドしちゃったシロを救うタイガー道場第19回。
I see someone behind you.
今回は特別
Oh
ゲ
dear.
スト、一晩のリンをお呼びしています。
Oh no.
リンさん、
Oh
どう
my.
ですか？
シロぶっちぎる。
素敵だ。
Wow.
あー、気持ちは
Wow,
わかり
Ilya.
ますが、抑えて抑えて。要はあれよね。リンさんよりセーバーちゃんを優先したシローの行動が業務上過失致死になってしまったわけでした。まあでもしょうがないわよね。リンさんは女としての魅力でセーバーちゃんを言ってたからここ一番で守ってもらえなかったわけだし、まあ勝負は時の運。次はこうならないように
Wow.
可愛い女の子に徹しなさい。
Is that why?
でもシローも反省すること。あの状況ならセーバーちゃんより遠坂さんを優先するべきなんだから、セーバーちゃんを見捨てるのは心苦しいだろうけど、ここは心を鬼にして
Oh
遠
wow.
坂さんでも守って。
Damn.
いや、首が動いた。
Oh, that's what freaked you out.
リンさん、つかぬことをお聞きしますが。
Oh
ちょ
dear.
っとそこまでシロを殺しに。
Okay, have fun. That's the next Tiger Dojo.
逃げて、おじいちゃん逃げて。やっぱり素敵だ。
Damn it. Alright, so basically the device is follow the route. Fair enough. I want to admire my stamp. Hehehe. We are almost halfway done with the Tiger Dojos. Pretty cool. Anyway. Let's not die this time. Ah, sure, we'll protect her. I'll protect Tosaka. Saber isn't dead yet. Even though Kuzuki was an unexpected monster, Saber hasn't lost yet. Besides, Caster shouldn't be able to finish Saber off. Put strength into my grip. Glare at Kuzuki so as to not miss even his blinking. The instant he faces Tosaka, I slide myself in between them. Knowing Tosaka, I bet she'll jump instantly to the side to shoot Kuzuki. Then he still fucks her up. There's no time to do so. It happens in an instant. The instant I think Kuzuki's body wavered, he is in front of Tosaka. She's astonished, but Tosaka instantly points her hand at Kuzuki. With the right hand that almost pierced Saber's neck. Strikes Tosaka right in her chest. Okay, so that first hit hits her, just not the other hand that fucking pops her head. Time stops for Tosaka. She's hit right in the center of her body and has her breath stopped. That's it. She cannot breathe, she cannot cast her spell, and she has most of her ability as a Magus cut off. She managed to instantly jump back, so the attack only stopped her breath. But the next attack, even though she jumped back, it's only about a meter or so. Such a distance, it's not even considered a retreat against Kuzuki. I move in between them, using my wooden sword as a shield. What? I face Kuzuki, who's about to attack Tosaka. He thrusts his fist. I can't see it. How did Saber avoid such a... I desperately protect my left side. I hear a heavy sound and the sound of my wooden sword breaking, better than your bones. I see Kuzuki getting ready for his next attack. I'll die. I feel it instinctively. My strength in wooden sword was like metal. Here we go. If he can destroy it in one blow, he can destroy any part of my body. I can't stop him. Tosca's coughing painfully behind me. I can't see his attacks, and my only weapon was destroyed. His fist accurately goes for my temple. And Miyashita will die from that hammer-like attack. Having my head smashed off, I will probably splatter a rain of blood and brains. Die if I don't stop it. A weapon. I can't match him. I'll need a strong weapon to make up for the vast difference in our powers. It closes in on my brain. I imagine myself dying. No, if that happens, I'll die if I can't stop it. A weapon. I need a weapon. A weapon that he can't destroy. Not a quickly furnished weapon like a wooden sword, but a proven, strong weapon. The finest quality at that. A weapon undeserved by me. Yes, the weapons he carries would surely... Oh, buddy. Then I'll make them. I'll make them even if it's impossible. I'll make them no matter what the consequences may be. I'll make myself believe that strengthening and reproduction, things that already exist and things that do not already exist, are similar. That's right, there's no time to think. Fake them no matter what. It does not matter if something gets destroyed in the process. I don't care if, even if it's just a fake. Hurry, forget everything. Don't I know that I'm not the only one who will be killed? If I can't stop it, Tosca will. Oh, buddy. Here they are, that spectacle. Tosca speaks out for me. So cool. A deep voice. Is that Kuzuki's voice? Something might have happened to my ears as I can't hear properly. No, not only my ears, but the senses of my limbs are too weak. Only my right eye is functioning. I watch the approaching fist. I observe as someone else's action blocks the attack. My arms are about to rip off. Even though I have no feeling, I hear my nerves tearing off. Yeah, this is what happens when you project, Shiro. You essentially almost die. In my hands are his twin swords, Yang Sword Kancho and Yin Sword Bakuya. Names of the swords. So it's actually reversed. I thought it was the other way. Okay, good to know. Even though they're haphazardly reproduced, the swords still present their existences to the wielder. But I'm sorry. I can't project you guys perfectly with my skills. They spring apart. Twin swords that parry 30 attacks break as if they cannot take anymore. That's pretty good. 30 attacks? It's not because they lost against Kuzuki's fists. Swords disappeared because I couldn't maintain their image. Twin swords must have been unexpected as Kuzuki shows hesitation for the first time. Then, a strong wind is created in the intersection. Oh shit, I look toward the wall. Saber must have healed as she is standing up. Caster is backing away from her. Yes, that's why it was a mistake. Even though she was defeated, Saber still had her powers, so there's no way Saber, who was powerful magic resistance, could be cornered by Caster. It is Kuzuki's role to finish Saber off. Caster made a mistake. He must have been planning something, but that extra thinking caused her to lose out on her perfect chance. Kuzuki retreats. He stands as if to protect Caster and... He makes a precise decision.
マスター。いいえ、セイバーは手負いです。あなたなら先ほどのように。
二度通じる相手ではない。侮ったの
Yeah,
は
it's true.
私の方だったな。あと一芸、手を凝らすべきだった。
Kuzuki is right. Saber was cornered because Kuzuki's techniques were too odd. But that's only up to now. I can't cope with it no matter how many times I receive them, but Saber is already used to the attacks. The main point of a tactic is not to have a concrete shape. Even though they are strong, Kuzuki's attacks are too odd, so they are easily seen through. Therefore, they must be fatal on the first strike. That is the difference between a technique that is trained to an art and an action that is trained to the utmost limits. Huh.
わかりましたわ、宗一郎。
Cool way of putting it.
ええ。サーバントである以上、マスターの命令には従わないといけませんものね。
Who is that directed at? Caster's robe flutters as she finishes. Interesting. Bye-bye. Alright, time to fight death, Shiro. There's nothing after that. The bluish purple robe circles Kuzuki as if through sorcery they disappear without a trace.
やられた。いくらなんでもこうなったらクズキは竜道寺から降りてこない。
After Caster and Kuzuki disappear, Without caring for her wounded chest, Tosca grits her teeth in regret. I understand how Tosca feels. Since we attacked them, Kuzuki will now stay in the Ryudo Temple. We will have to go attack their territory if we are to defeat Caster. The Ryudo Temple has a gate watcher called Assassin, and Kuzuki and Caster aren't easy enemies either. We'll lose if we just attack recklessly. We have to go to the Ryudo Temple if we want to defeat Caster.
リン、忠告しますが、あの寺はサーバントにとって鬼門です。アーチャーを動員したところで、力押しでは勝機は薄い。
私だってあの山がどれぐらい変化ぐらい分かってる。悔しいからってすぐに追いかけたりしないし、あなたのマスターを強攻策になんか巻き込まないわ。
では、キャスターを撃つのは諦めると。
冗談。やられっぱなしは性に合わないし、何よりキャスターは放っておけない。そのあたり、あなたのマスターも同意見だと思うけど。
He asked me by looking at me. Saber must have followed Tosca's example since she looks as if she's asking me whether that is the case.
当たり前だ。いつまでもあの二人を放ってはおけない。キャスターは魔力集めをやめないだろうし、マスターであるクズキも止めないと言った。なら、二人を倒すだけだ。竜道寺にはアサシンもいるようだけど、キャスターのマスターであるクズキを倒せばことは済む。
そうね。クズキ先生がおとなしくレイジを消させてくれるとは思えないけど、とにかく取り押さえればなんとかなる。当面はこっちも作戦を立てるしかないわけだけど。
Then, I don't know why, but Tosca suddenly...
それよりエミヤ君、さっきのは何？あなたの魔術って強化だけじゃなかったの？
He asked me with a serious expression. She mean reproducing archer swords? Well, I'm still surprised myself, but I don't think she should glare at me for it.
黙ってないで答えなさいよ。前に言ったわよね。俺が使える魔術は強化だけだって。
いや、そうだけど、初めにできたのが投影で、そっちは効率が悪いから強化にしろって教えられたんだ。あれ、こんなの言わなかったか、俺。
言ってない。頭にくるぐらい聞いてない。
She glares at me. I don't know why, but Tosca's really pissed.
じゃあ聞くけど、あなた、投影魔術は今回が初めてじゃないのね。
ああ、そうなるかな。強化の鍛錬に失敗した時、仕切り直すためによくやってた。でも、さっきみたいに役に立つものを投影できるわけじゃない。なんていうか、外見は似せられるけど、中身は空っぽだったんだ。
Well, that's kind of something I didn't know. I didn't know he was still doing it, like, lately. I thought he hadn't used it in, like, years. Like, guess he's using it after he failed strengthening. I didn't know that.
中身は空っぽ？何？外観だけしか複製しないってこと？
いや、ちゃんと中身も考えてはいるんだけど、うまくいかなかった。だから自分でも驚いてる。イメージしたものは本物には及ばないんだけど、さっきのは真に迫ってたからな。
じゃあエミヤ君、あなたは強化より先に投影を習得したってこと？
習得っていうよりそれしかできなかったんだって。親父はそれじゃ何の役にも立たないから目先を変えて強化にしろって。
そうね、私でもきっとそうさせたわ。でもおかしな話よね。アーチャーの剣をあれだけ長時間複製できるくせに普通のものは投影できない。
Very strange.
属性が限られているのかな。汎用性はないけど、ある事柄に関してのみ優れた魔術師ってのもいるし。
Tosca starts thinking by herself. Does not even look at me.
とりあえず今日は帰りましょう。
You know, and it's cool. You can see like throughout, like even before, and you know up to now, and you know till the reveal, like she's like putting it together. Like, huh, interesting that you do that. Okay, let's keep going.
セイバーも自己回復に魔力を使ったようだし、休ませてあげないと。
She goes home like that. What's also interesting is like the mana thing with Saber isn't really a thing this time. I guess because in the first route she was forced to use Excalibur, which is a significant amount of mana, so that's why that was an issue then. Like she couldn't really recover from that. Now it's just like she's just like sustaining herself, I guess. There's no one at the house. The hallway's dead silent. My ears might still be screwed up as I can't even hear my own footsteps. Numbness in my limbs won't go away and I don't feel like I'm stepping on the ground. Surprised that I can still walk in this condition, I go with Saber to my room.
今日の鍛錬はなしにしよう。セイバーも疲れてるだろ。あんなひどい傷を負ったんだしさ。
I talk to Saber once we get to my room.
いいえ、私の方は問題ありません。回復のために魔力を消費しましたが、まだ十分に補えるレベルです。それよりシロ、あなたの方こそ体に異常はないのですか？
いや、別に大丈夫だぞ。まだ手足が重いけど、筋肉痛みたいなものだし、明日になれば楽になってるさ。
わかりました。
Oh, we're gonna see.
ですが、もし体が痛むようでしたら、
We're
声をかけてください。
gonna get that shed moment in the next day.
セイバーこそ何かあったら起こしてくれ。夜分に腹が減ったんなら夜食でも何でも作る。
Can't provide magical energy for her, so all I can do is make some food to cheer her up.
シロ、くれぐれも無理はしないように。
Saber goes to the next room.
そうだな。おとなしく寝るか。
Set my futon down and lay on it. My limbs are a bit numb. Might be the effect of magic I'm not used to doing, as I feel like I'll pass out if I let my guard down.
なんだ。本当に。
I guess I'm tired. The ringing in my ears annoys me, but I think I can still get a good night's sleep. Whoa. I really expected the day to end there. I squeeze the futon. It feels like hot metal is coming up my throat. Every muscle, every bone in my body is messed up. How awful. I hear a grinding sound with my numb ears. The sound of creaking bones is coming from within me. What don't they like? My bones are twitching as if to complain to me, and my ribs are shaking as if to burst out of my body. Thank God Shiro doesn't have anxiety. Pain runs throughout my body. My whole body is pushed down by a great force, but the pain is coming from within. Granted, he's probably going through too much pain to even be, like, fearful at that point. It's condensed in a small place, but the contradiction is that my body's expanding. Top of my futon, I wiggle around like a bug and try to bear the unknown pain. My brain's burning. My brain must not be able to endure the pain, as it is like a sauna now. I don't care if this is compensation for magic over my level or if this is the abnormality Saber was talking about. But for some reason, I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to worry her, and I have to be responsible for what I did. This is intense. Clock I look at with my vague mind says it's not yet midnight. I should be able to escape this pain if I sleep, but I'm sure the pain will wake me up even if I do. Going into a daze. Mind's boiling up. Pain should go away once the sun comes up. But until then, I have to bear this pain for about 7 hours, and this fact by itself seems like a bad dream. Okay. I'm gonna call it here, because actually I do have to head out, so we'll pick up from here and we'll do the next day, next time, and see how far we get. But yeah, thank you for watching with me, of course, and then we'll see this disturbing Mato household interlude next time. Peace.